Matt Miller here for Texan on Tour, and today we're in Conroe, Texas, and I'm on a boat! Howdy, y'all. I'm Matt Miller. I spent my life on the open road, meeting, eating, and defeating the 9-to-5s with the good folk I came across. So come on the road with me as we hit the next stop on this episode of Texan on Tour. Located about 40 miles north of Houston, Conroe, Texas is a little town of about 62,000 people who have centered their existence around one darn fine man-made lake. Originally named Conroe's Switch after Northern-born Union cavalry officer Isaac Conroe, the town began as a sawmill in 1881 and during the 1930s had more millionaires per capita than any other city in America. In 1973, the lake itself was built as an alternate water source for the city of Houston. The lake now covers 22,000 acres of surface water, is 26 miles long and 6 miles wide at its widest point, and has over 157 miles of shoreline. That said, I reckon we get started with our relaxed filled schedule of some worthy outings here in Conroe today. So let's get to it. Now, anybody can do eggs and bacon for breakfast, but when Chef Tom McKay told the corporate clowns up north to cinnamon stick it, well, he came down here to Conroe, Texas, and opened up the best flapjack shack in town, the 105 Cafe. Let's go have some breakfast. The 105 Cafe is Conroe's answer for organic, farm fresh, from scratch, and straight to your table goodies, open daily, and you better get there early because it's always packed. Folks drive from miles around to sample some of the best breakfast and diner cuisine to be found in these parts. So you guys come here every morning?
Every morning, so
Yes, keeps her out of the kitchen.
Really?
that's right. I don't have to cook breakfast anymore.
You're retired from the kitchen?
I retired. My kitchen is closed.
Way better than cooking at home. It was really good.
We come here every single weekend, every Saturday and Sunday, for breakfast as long as we're in town.
Always fresh, but the only place we can find organic, I don't like eating meat, and so it's one of the big things that I enjoy about here is the variety of food that he does have.
Food's great. I've had just about everything in here. Flapjacks are great. Omelets are good. Good place to come and bring a friend.
I sat down with owner and chef Tom McKay to get a taste of Conroe's favorite Johnny Cakes.
You're not a native Texan, are you?
No, I'm not. I was born in Kosovo. Came here in '99. My first stop in the States was New York. After doing what I did in New York, working in the fancy restaurants, things got a little tough there during the recession, and I figured I'd move down to Texas. Things were a little better here. And
Things are always better in Texas.
everything is better in Texas and bigger. But I found this small, tiny cafe, and been here 4 years.
So how'd you start the cafe? I mean, you opened this, you built this, or what?
No. This was an existing business.
All right.
Bought it from another gentleman who was ready to retire, and I picked it up and been doing it ever since. I think halfway successfully. Not too bad. It's breakfast and lunch. Everything we do here is made from scratch. We try to be as healthy as possible, hormone-free, antibiotic-free. Organic. Not everything is always available, and we're in Conroe, so price has something to do with it. We're limited, but as much as we can, whenever we can, it's all organic and hormone antibiotic free. Everything is made here, like the pancakes you saw there. They're sweet potato pancakes made with sweet potato, a little bit of honey, nutmeg, cinnamon, and topped with candied pecans and cinnamon butter.
That sounds awesome.
It's wait till you taste them. Wait till you taste them.
I want to taste them. Let's taste them.
Here, let's bring them.
All right. Oh, here we go. Oh man, thank you. I gotta get a few pecans on this.
And you don't need syrup for that.
Dude, that's crazy.
Let's draw a line because I don't want you eating mine.
Okay, here. We'll break.
Hey, no cheating here.
Oh man. This is awesome. You really got to try it. It's that cinnamon butter and the pecans. And good night. Makes you want to slap your mama.
Hey, family show.
I'm sorry, Mama. I didn't mean it. Well, that's going to wrap it up here for the 105 Cafe. It doesn't wrap up our day by any means. We got a lot more to go. Stick around. More Texan on tour. Coming your way. Oh, awesome.
Stick around. We got a fun Texas sports fact when we get back.
Has your home insurance claim been denied or underpaid? Hi, I'm Eric Dick of the Dick Law Firm, and if your home insurance company's acting like a turkey, give me a call and I'll give them a good stuffing. Don't settle for dry breasts when they could be juicy. Insurance companies just butter you up because they're greedy. But give me a call and I'll work for that gravy, baby. Call me right now at 832-LAWYERS. Don't delay. Call me today. Call me right away at 832-LAWYERS. Better get Dick.
Here's a fun Texas sports fact. You don't have to be from a small Texas town to make it to the big show, but it sure doesn't hurt. That said, Conroe knocks it out of the park with an unusual amount of professional baseball players for its size. Conroe's the birthplace of Brandon Allen, Brian Barkley, Jeremy Burnitz, Andrew Kashner, and Kevin Slowey. Ain't that a pitch? Our next stop in Conroe is the best kept secret in Montgomery County, and that's the St. Francis Wolf Sanctuary. But they don't want to be kept a secret, they want us to howl it from the rooftops. So, let's go see some wolves. The St. Francis Wolf Sanctuary is a nonprofit charity in Montgomery County dedicated to rescuing and caring for non-releasable wolves and wolf dogs and providing them an exceptional home with an abundance of loving and compassionate care. They get their wolves and wolf dogs from shelters, animal control agencies, roadside zoos, and abusive or ill-equipped owners. Since they were born in captivity and acclimated to humans at an early age, these amazing creatures unfortunately can never be released into the wild. However, these animals have a long and purpose-filled life ahead of them as ambassador animals that St. Francis and its many caretakers use to inform the public on the beauty of these creatures and oftentimes danger in trying to make them a household pet. The public, whether it be individuals, families, groups, or schools, are invited to book a tour of the facility and come experience these animals for themselves and learn the importance of their need to be cared for by prepared professionals. I got to meet one of these prepared professionals, Dave Dix, and a couple of the wolf dogs he cares for daily.
And I'm really loving what you guys are doing here, man. I've been a fan of wolves since I was a little kid. I remember sitting in the library reading about wolves, and I mean, they're so majestic. And tell me, give me a little lowdown here. What do you do?
So St. Francis Wolf Sanctuary was established back in 2002 for a place for these animals to live out the rest of their lives. There's a huge issue nationwide with wolf dog breeding. People trying to own wolf dog hybrids.
Trying to make them
as
pets.
Yeah, they're trying to make them pets. Unfortunately, that animal doesn't necessarily make a real good pet. Generally, when you breed a wolf and a dog together, you get a pretty confused owner. You can't treat them like you can a dog. They don't act like a dog. So what ends up happening is the owner decides, you know what, I can't care for this animal anymore. And I need a place to go.
They just get too big.
They get too big. They get, they don't make room for house pets. The temperament is not identical to what a dog would do. So even an experienced dog owner can have issues with a wolf dog.
Right.
They end up looking for a place for an animal to go, and we have been able to provide a place for those animals to go, live out the rest of their natural lives for over 30 animals at this point. So,
all right. Since 2002, the last 13 years.
Yeah, 13 years with 30 animals.
Oh, all right. Very cool. So who are we going to meet today?
So you're going to meet Achilles. Achilles is kind of a neat animal. He's the only animal that we have that's of Arctic descent. He's a huge white animal. He's
is that him
3
back
years
there?
Old. Yep, that's him laying right there. And you're also going to get to meet Lapua and Raja today.
Awesome. Well, let's go meet some wolves. That's going to be pretty cool, huh? All right.
You can meet these animals yourself on the web at stfranciswolfsanctuary.org or in person if you book a tour. As for me, I got to get into the cage with them, but either I hadn't showered properly or they just weren't feeling it that day. So I just latched onto a big tour coming through and got to meet the animals just like the public does. They even brought a cutie named Taylor out to visit with us.
Look at the way that she walks. You'll see that single track I was talking about. She walks just like a supermodel. The double coat that she's got, all of these wolf phenotypes we've been talking about. Her yellow eyes, her precaudal mark, the way that her coat is, all of those things. So as Heather makes the turn now, you are more than welcome to reach out and pet her. and you'll feel with her coat almost an oily sensation to it. If you're brave enough, after you've pet her, smell your hand. You're not going to have a wet dog smell to it at all. And in the wintertime, if you come out and your hands are really cold, you can actually slide underneath that outer guard hair coat, and it's so warm and dry.
That's so cool. Wolves sure are cool, but after being schooled, I've learned to set all of my desires to have one as a pet aside, and will make regular appearances at St. Francis to enjoy them there instead. I even think the wolves at St. Francis agree. So I thought I'd think of something clever to say as we moved on to our next location, but fact is I just wanted a beer. So that's why we stopped by the Southern Star Brewery to get one. Now after a great breakfast and a howling good time with a few of man's best friends, I took it upon myself to seek out a little liquid lunch at Southern Star Brewery. Southern Star is one of the oldest and one of the only microbreweries in Montgomery County, and dagnabbit if they don't make one awesomely worthy fine line of fizzy spirits.
You guys are pretty regulars here, huh?
I am. I've been coming here since 07.
07?
07, yeah.
I mean, what's the draw, man?
Beer.
Beer?
Yeah.
Beer. 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 Keith, what's got you coming to Southern Star?
The best beer in Montgomery County.
What's your favorite strain?
My favorite strain is the Bombshell Blonde.
Bombshell Blonde.
Which is their lightest one. And, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I don't want to pour it over stuff.
Okay.
So I'll kind of ease into the day.
It's in a can.
It comes in, yeah.
Craft beer in a can. Tell me about that.
Well, think about this. When you recycle, you got a glass bottle, paper label, metal lid. Here, the whole thing's recyclable, right?
Right.
So
there you go. I didn't even think about that.
It's a no-brainer.
As Mike is fond to say, you can't drink all day if you don't start early. So you have to start with a light one.
That's some Texas horse sense for you right there.
Yeah. And you're credited with that.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's true.
There once was a bar made from sail, and on her chest read the prices of ale, and for the sake of the blind, you'd find on her behind the same information in Braille.
Yeah, he worked out.
After several glasses of bad to the bone brew, I got owner and founder Dave Fogelrun to tell me about the history of Southern Star Brewery.
Tell me about the brewery.
We started this brewery in 2007, and it was rough back then. It's not like it is now. There wasn't a whole lot of the proliferation of breweries as there is now. So
yeah,
we kind of stepped into this not knowing what's going to happen, and and it's worked out. We started none of these tanks. I mean, we've built from the back up. So our original tanks are these little squatty dairy tanks that are 30 barrels, and now we're at 60 here and 120 right there. So.
I mean, how did you even get into the brewery business?
I started home brewing in college.
It did to everybody.
Well, it did.
It's either college or jail.
There wasn't much different in the product either.
Right.
Back then. I didn't even like beer really when I started getting into college. I'd go to the obligatory keg parties, and you're like, oh, thank God they have something legitimate instead of like Natty Light or whatnot. When I was doing that, a friend of mine said, there's all different kinds of beers out there. I was like, of course there is. There's Miller Lite and Bud Light, and so I didn't know anything. And he went to the liquor store, and he brought back all these import beers, and I started drinking them, and I just fell in love with it. It's like Packer Short Dunkelweizen was the first one I had. I was like, dude, this tastes like banana bread. Then I realized that it cost $6 a bottle, and I'm a poor college student. And about that time, a homebrew supply shop opened up in College Station, and I thought, a guy, the good friend of mine who's now our webmaster, and he had this tiny little apartment. He said, hey man, do you want all this homebrew equipment? I don't have a place to store it. So I started getting into it, and I made 3 or 4 batches, and they were awful. I mean, I was proud to drink it because they're mine. But,
right.
But then I started getting good at it, and by the time I graduated, I was competing in some homebrew competitions, local homebrew competitions in College Station, and winning them. And that's what's happening a lot these days with the boom of Texas craft brewing and American craft brewing in general.
Because craft brewing is just exploding.
And there's people that they work at these breweries, and they get a little bit of experience, or in my case, quite a bit of experience, or in a lot of cases, quite a bit of experience, and they go out and start their own breweries and make pretty dang good beer.
A politician of pretty dang good beer.
That's it for Southern Star Brewery, but we'll be back right after these messages. Cheers! And now for some Texas trivia. Montgomery County, home to Conroe, lays claim to what major contribution to Texas history? Was it A, the site of the first Texas Congress, B, the home of Sam Houston, C, the discovery of oil in Texas, or D, the birthplace of the Texas flag? The answer when we return.
Once there was a home insurance company that didn't like to pay out. So the homeowners hired a lawyer that turned claims about. When the home insurance company said no, the lawyer didn't fear it. He took them to court to find their giving spirit. I'm Eric Dick of the Dick Law Firm. When your home insurance company puts coal in your stocking, I'll take them to Pound Town, baby, to give them a flocking. This year, get what you asked for. Call me at 832-LAWYERS and we'll settle the score. Call me today. Call me right away at 832-LAWYERS. Better get Dick.
Now back to our Texas trivia. The question was, Montgomery County, home to Conroe, lays claim to what major contribution to Texas history? Was it A, the site for the first Texas Congress, B, the home of Sam Houston, C, the discovery of oil in Texas, or D, the birthplace of the Texas flag? Well, if you said D, the birthplace of the Texas flag, you're correct. Montgomery, the actual town and county seat at the time, was home to Dr. Billinger Stewart, the first Texas Secretary of State, and he introduced the flag in December of 1838 to the Congress of Texas. And the Texas flag's the prettiest darn flag in the Union right there. I'm just saying. Now, you can't experience Conroe without getting onto the lake itself, so I employed two good friends, Dave Percival and Jade Montgomery, to help us do just that. First off, Dave Percival took us out catfishing, where we caught a whole mess of catfish in pretty much no time at all.
Some extremely good bass fishermen fish this lake, so that hold their own anywhere they go in the country. You know, they'll hold their own.
Really?
So, yeah, I put up our group of local Conroe anglers against anybody. So.
And then we sat back and enjoyed the scenery.
So tell me about Conroe, man.
Conroe is a great place to live. I mean, look at it. You can live and work so close to Houston where all the jobs are, and then you come up here and play on the lake. It's pretty much paradise. It's pretty much 12 months a year too.
And the fishing doesn't seem to suck.
No, I mean, here we are in August and it's hot as it can be, but you know, you saw where we just caught a pretty good mess of catfish, and anybody can do that. I mean, it's easy fishing. So, you know, and the lake's enjoyed by so many, you know, bass boats going by right now. You know, you can see pleasure boaters, cigarette boats. You know, Bassmaster Magazine recently placed Conroe as the 50th best bass fishing lake in the country, which is kind of surprising when you look at all the pleasure boaters and the bulkheading, and yeah, it's definitely a multi-use lake.
We had a great time out there fishing with Dave, but it was time to switch vehicles for one with a little bit more power. So Dave dropped us back at the dock, where we met up with Jade to give us a more formal tour of Lake Conroe before introducing us to his friends back at the dock, where we were going to start drinking.
You got Papa's over here, you got Wolfie's right there, you got McDonald's on the water, you've got a Jack in the Box, you've got IHOP, you got Starbucks. Right here you got Fajita Jack's, you got Sam's Boat. I mean, live concerts, Friday, Saturday night.
It's all on the water.
All on Lake Conroe.
Jade took us from one end of Lake Conroe to the other. He showed us where all the fancy houses were, and man, were they ever fancy and expensive. Don't Zillow them unless you want to have a heart attack. Afterwards, he took us around to show us some of the games people play, and then finally, slowly escorted us back to where he liked to hang out the most, with his buddies, dockside, doing what any good red-blooded Conroean does on a Saturday afternoon. Drink.
Hi, I'm Matt Miller, and I think I'm an alcoholic. Well,
hi, Matt.
Let's tell me about Conroe, y'all.
Well, right now we're at the Palms. This is where Jeremy has his boat here, and I come to visit, take mine home, but he leaves his dock here.
He can't hang with us
can't hang.
for the whole weekend.
Yeah, part-time.
More of a one-dayer.
Part-time. I just choose not to pay $400 a month. But anyway,
well, I'm glad somebody did. This place is pretty cool.
It's nice.
We
Little outdoor living space here. Very cool.
Yeah, we enjoy it. We actually are the rookies on the dock right now, so.
We're the newbies. You're being rushed right now?
Learning dock rush, yeah. We're trying to pledge Dock B right now, so.
All right. So there seems to be a marked difference between the boating community and the power boating community and the fishing community. It's almost like you either do one or the other. I've seen very few that do both so far.
Fishermen hate us because
we sink their boats when we go by.
We stir the water up.
Not on purpose.
But the power boats, they love us because they fly by us and makes them look like they're going faster. We're like, oh yeah, we're doing 30. Wow! And they're like, yeah, we're cruising, baby. And they're going like 40.
We always wave at them though. When we wave at them, then they wave back. They tend to chase us for a while though. For some reason, I don't get that.
That's cool. Well, guys, I really do appreciate y'all having us. This has been fun. Cool. Conroe, cheers.
Here's to it.
Cheers.
Hang in there. We got a fun Texas wildlife fact when we get back.
Getting the shaft from your home insurance company? Better get Dick.
Here's a fun Texas wildlife fact. Did you know that Lake Conroe has proven itself to be a fantastic bird sanctuary? The area is the habitat to an amazing variety of bird life, including the osprey, great egret, great blue heron, the common loons, American white pelican, the wood duck, the kingfisher, the bluebird, and of course, the American bald eagle. If you knew that, well, you're a bird brain, aren't you? You see this face? This is the face of a man who's had a lot of fun at Lake Conroe in this episode of Texan on Tour. But I'm too beat to go skinning a whole bunch of catfish. And that's why we came to La Torretta Spawn Resort for some sushi. Yeah! But I'm gonna leave you now while I eat. But I want you to remember, TOT doesn't just stand for Texan on Tour. It also serves as a reminder to keep troops, officers of the law, and truckers in your thoughts and prayers. Why? Well, pretty simple. Because troops and officers of the law, well, they keep America safe, while the truckers, they keep delivering the goods that keep America going. That's it for this episode of Texan on Tour. Adios, amigos. Oh, I'm sorry. Bang bye. What do I start on first here? I think this guy just barked at me. You know you ate catfish, right? Meow, meow. What'd you say, meow?
For yours, the war is over.
Whoa! Look at it, Bird. Look at it!
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Bye. Have a beautiful time.